Ryan Dunleavy,
And I'm Ron Zielinski.
and welcome to the third episode of the Cubs Line podcast. And we're going to get right into it today because I think there is a lot of talking points. So we're not even going to do cards today because I think there's a lot to talk about from this game and a lot to talk about from the upcoming series. So let's right into it. Cubs with a big 8-3 win today versus the Washington Nationals. I mean, the bats were alive. Michael Busch, amazing game. Um, just a great overall game that moves Cade Horton to 3-0. He looked pretty good in my opinion. 3 runs is enough to win a ball game. And Trevor Williams got the loss, which moves him to 3-6. And this win makes the Cubs go to 38-22, which puts them 16 games over 500, and their win percentage is a 633. They're 4.5 games up of the Cardinals, but will be 5 games in maybe 20 minutes by the end of the recording session as the Royals are up on the Cardinals. Cubs are 8-2 in their last 10 games. They're on a 3 game win streak, and the run differential is plus 102. So the Cubs have been great this year. Ryan, anything on that with the division?
First of all, 16 games over 500. Like this team is rolling. But yeah. So again, dominant win from the Cubs tonight. Like we've seen all year, down 1-0, tie the game. Down 3-1, tie the game. Score five, shut the door, ball game. Yeah. I just not. I mean, I want to keep it short and sweet. Good outing from Cade Horton. Like he gave up three early, and then after that, settled in. Like we kind of tweeted about. PCA, great day. Bush almost gets the cycle, but yeah, that's really all I got right now.
Yeah, one other thing I did want to mention though is we will be having live game tweets. So make sure to go follow the Twitter at Cubs Line Podcast. Some just divisional updates. The Royals are beating the Cardinals right now, 10-7, top of the ninth. So the Royals will get their at bats, and then they'll look to close it in the ninth inning. And then the Reds beat the Brewers tonight in a divisional matchup 4-2. TJ Friedel made a great rob, one of the great plays. It reminded me of the Mike Talkman catch, but it was amazing. It would have tied the game. He robbed the home run to end the game. Will Benson hit a solo shot. Connor Joe hit a sac fly, and Tyler Stevenson hit a 2-run bomb. And I believe Sal Frelick hit a 2-run bomb for the Brewers. And then the Astros beat the Pirates 3-0. Skeens that puts him down to 4-6, and he's close to a 2.0 ERA. So that's crazy. Like, what are your thoughts on Skeens and this Pirates team? I know we're a Cubs podcast, but it's a divisional rival.
I mean, I just got it. I feel so bad for him. I mean, you said he's almost had a 2.0 ERA, and he's 4-6. Like he's got to get out of there. We'll see as the deadline comes closer if he does go somewhere. I think he will. But yeah, you got to feel for him a little bit.
All right, yeah. So now we'll get into the recap of the Cubs game. So, uh, let me pull up our little sheet here for the Cubs game. So starting off, Cubs Ian Happ good at bat walks. That's what a leadoff man should do. Give it to your guys. Good job by the Cubs, I will say, filling in the void of Kyle Tucker. He is day to day right now with the thumb injury, but I'm fine with it. As long as he's okay, and I understand they're giving him a couple days off, which is understandable totally. He was in full uniform today, so I assume that he could have came in for a late inning at bat if needed. But we'll talk more about that later in the show. And then CJ Abrams hit a leadoff single, and one thing the Nationals did great was getting guys over. They leadoff single, boom, get him over to second, steal a bag at third, and sack fly. They did a really good job of that, and so did the Cubs. Cade Horton, big strikeout on James Wood, who's looking to be a superstar. He'll be an all-star this year. But then Luis Garcia his single, make it 1-0 Washington. Ryan, what do you got on the first inning with the three in a row strikeouts and the pitching?
So the Nationals in the bottom of the first. Well, I'll do the top of the first. So Hap draws the walk. I think on five pitches. I would have liked to see Seiya take the first pitch because it was down, and kind of change that at bat up a little bit. But yeah, if your leadoff guy does his job, gets on base, he can't strike out, 3 times in a row.
Hmm.
I mean, obviously it didn't loom large at all, but that's just something, you can't really do. And then in the bottom of the first, CJ Abrams the single, quickly steals a bag, then gets down to third, and then with 2 outs, Garcia singles. They go up 1-0. And then Carson Kelly throws him out at second. Like we tweeted about, that inning could have been a lot worse. Um, there could have been a lot more damage done. So we were okay with just one, cut Cade some slack, and then coming right back, they respond immediately. They tie the game, and I mean that's what the ball club has done well all year.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Cade did settle in as the game went, but the Cubs responded right away. Michael Busch leadoff triple, another good ball from him. He had a great day. And then Dansby Swanson, I know it was a low pitch, but he still does the job, gets the sac fly, and they don't really do anything from there on until the bottom of the third inning when the 8 and 9 hitter from the Nationals a walk and a leadoff double, and then Abrams ground ball gets in the runner, and then James Wood sac fly. What do you got from that? Just on the Nationals doing jobs, getting guys in.
Yeah, it's what you want to do as hitters, right? There there were no, I 2-run shot, all that, none of that. I mean, they did their job. They moved runners around. I mean, that's how you score runs. Would have liked to see the Cubs do that a little bit more, do that in the first inning, but obviously, like I said, it didn't loom large. I think this Nationals team has got a lot of potential, got a lot of upside. So
Yeah, I agree. And PCA hit a leadoff double, and one thing I did want to note Robert Hassel has a lot of PCA comparisons for me. Like they're both left-handed bats. They both kind of struggled with hitting at the start of the career. Both Gold Glove defenders with a lot of speed and promising bats. I really see a lot of comparisons between those two. You got anything on that?
yeah, I agree with you. Like you said, like they struggled at the start. They're both lefties.
Top prospects.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree with you.
Yeah, I just saw comparisons there. I wanted to note that. And then PCA steals a bag at third, and then Carson Kelly kind of hits a wheat chopper to third base. PCA messes with the third baseman, gets Kelly to first. What do you got on that play? I'm getting a lot of El Mago vibes here from PCA.
I was just gonna say I don't want to say that gave me exact vibes of the Javi play in Pittsburgh, but like
There's nothing that
PCA,
will be like that, but it was similar.
oh, never, never. But that's PCA for you. He's always trying to make a play. He's doing whatever he can to help the team.
Yeah.
And that really loomed large. Like that was a good inning. That kind of that I believe they tied it in yeah. So they tied it in the fourth inning. That kind of got the wheels moving. But yeah, PCA making plays, doing what he
Yep.
does best.
And then because of that, Michael Busch hits a single, and Dansby Swanson does a job with the second sack fly on the night. What do you got on Dansby Swanson? Two sack flies on the night. Um,
Good jobs. I mean,
yeah,
obviously we kind of uh
two dinky
we kind
fly
of beat him
balls.
down on Sunday, but he's been doing his job. He really hit that ball in the second inning. He hit that ball hard and pretty deep. Yeah, did his job tonight. 2 RBIs. Yeah, good night for Danzy.
Yeah, one thing I do want to say though is I've been pushing Dansby Swanson should not be a 5 or 4 hitter. Like 6, 7, 8
Yeah,
is his place in the lineup. They move him to bat in the lineup, 2 RBIs on the night, and he does his job. So we'll move
yeah. I
on.
remember we
Oh,
were real excited to see Danzy with the 6 hole this morning.
I was excited when it came out. Yep. Then Matty Shaw with a double down the line to right field oppo. And then Ian Happ with a little single to Abrams. I mean, it's just a weak ground ball. So then you got runners on first and third for Seiya Suzuki. And then Suzuki does another job. I mean, just hits a sac fly. And then you got a PCA walk and a Carson Kelly single that loads the bases for Michael Busch. Great at bat from Busch. Walks. And I do want to note this Michael Busch did have a knock off of Andrew Chafin, which was a lefty lefty. So Craig, if you're watching this right now,
Yeah,
let him get the lefty lefty at bats instead
yeah,
of Turner.
please.
And then
Again, I said it, I think on Sunday, like, why take Bush out of the lineup because of lefties on the mound? You
yeah.
know, I mean, obviously tonight they had to put both in because Tucker was out, but you know, let Bush see the lefties.
Or he walked off of Chafin, my bad. Apologies there. But still another good at bat off a lefty. And then Dansby strikes out, and you're kind of like, we got to get some runs and base loaded. Nico Horner, 3-2 count, puts a ball, Abo, scores two runners, makes it a 7-3 game. Or actually, no, it scores two runners. But huge hit from Nico Horner there. I mean, what do you got on Nico? Get this man to Atlanta.
I said it yesterday. Yeah, obviously it was clearly going to be ball four, but why
Does a job.
why walk when you can hit a two RBI single, right? That's what he does best. He doesn't strike out. He puts the ball in play and good things happen.
Yep, and then after that, JT walks, but Matt Shaw hits a rocket to right field, but the right fielder, Dalen Lyle, made a great play. That could have been. I don't think JT would have scored from first, but that would have been a two-run double.
Oh yeah, for sure. That was a really good. I mean, good piece by Shaw. I mean, that's like a positive. That's like one of those where it's like, yeah, you got out, but you hit the ball well, right?
Yeah.
No big deal.
Mm-hmm. And then I also want to note, top of six, PCA walked and he stole his 21st bag of the year, which is tied for the MLB league leader in the stolen bases category. And then after that, in Cade Horton's last inning, bottom of the sixth, he gave up a double that was a rocket to James Wood, but then had a big strikeout versus Lau. And then Garcia hit a single, but they held him at home. And then Josh Bell grounded into a double play. Um, yeah, good job from Thielbar. He's gonna be a weapon, lefty lefty. He's got a really good
Yeah,
curveball. Um,
and I believe the runners were at the corners for the double play, right?
they were. That is correct. So that was
Yeah, so a run saving play there.
yep. And then top of the seventh, Michael Busch hit a leadoff bomb. Um, I mean that's kind of it for the rest of the game.
Yeah,
Genesis Cabrera came
no
in,
game from
looked
there.
great again. Thielbar really good, and Ryan Presley looked really good.
Yeah, bullpen again, doing their job.
Yep, and now we will get into our starting pitching segment, which we'll talk about Cade Horton. Cade Horton let me pull up the stats. Well, this game moves him to 3-0, so he's not lost a big league game yet. Knocking on wood real quick.
Yeah,
This moves his
yeah,
ERA to a 4.21, which isn't bad for the rookie. It went 5.1 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, all of them were earned, 1 walk, and 3 Ks. Then Thielbar, who got the hold, went 1.2 innings, 1 hit, 1 K, no runs. Cabrera went an inning, no walks, no Ks, no hits, no runs. 1 inning, all zeros after that. And then Presley in the ninth, I didn't think he really looked great in my opinion. He hasn't really he hasn't given up a run since the Giants game, but I'm not seeing enough from him where he should be getting those late innings. But
it was more like I don't want to say he pitched bad because he did, but it was more like, all right, he pitched fine. You know, he didn't give up a run, but it's like
for sure.
he got himself kind of into trouble, so like he pitched fine. You know,
Yep.
whatever.
And then yeah, that was good outing from the Cubs. And then for the Nationals, Trevor Williams went 4.1 innings, 5 hits, five runs. All of them were earned. 1 walk, 4 Ks. Chafin didn't go. Oh, he went zero point 0.0 innings, qualified for that. 1 hit, 2 runs, 2 walks. And then Henry went one hit, two 0.2 innings, 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 K. Salazar went an inning, no hits, no runs, 1 walk, 2 Ks. Hope I'm saying this right. Bryzicki went 2 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, 2 Ks, and gave up a homer. Then Rutledge in the ninth had a clean ninth inning, 1, 2, 3. So I want to go over the pitching stats really quick. My player of the game, I think hands down, goes to Michael Busch. Uh,
Yep.
he had a field day today, going three for four with 2 runs, 3 hits, 3 RBIs, 1 walk. He's hitting 273 on the year so far, so very impressive year. And yeah, we'll go over the matchups for tomorrow. On the bump for the Cubs, the southpaw Matthew Boyd, he's 5-2 on the year with a 3.08 ERA, 6K, 64 Ks on the year. And then on the mound for the Nationals, we're seeing two southpaws today. Is Mackenzie Gore? He's opposite from Matthew Boyd, 2-5 with a 3.16 ERA and 101 strikeouts. So he gets a lot of strikeouts. I will say that. It's going to be a
Yeah.
tough matchup for the Cubs. But Ryan, what do you think they have to do to hit off of him, Mackenzie Gore?
Um, so Gore's only given up 8 home runs. Honestly, I'm seeing a lot of similarities between Mackenzie Gore and Matthew Boyd, right? Their ERA,
Um, Similar.
Gore's is only .08 higher. They've Gore's pitched 7 more innings, given up 1 less hit. He's got
Yeah, very similar
He's got
pitchers.
37 more strikeouts. He's thrown 6 more walks, giving up 1 more home run. The Cubs are going to have their hands full. Don't let that record really deceive Mackenzie Gore. He's been a really good pitcher so far. He's a lefty. I wouldn't be shocked if we see Justin Turner starting at first tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it doesn't happen, but again, I wouldn't be shocked if it does. So I just think Cubs got to just do what we were kind of talking about. Like if they get runners on, just do your job. Advance the runner. Back flies are as good as a solo shot, right? So that's kind of what I got.
And then for Thursday on the mound for the Nationals, Jake Irvin, 5-1 on the year with a 3.93 ERA, 47 Ks. And the Cubs, it's going to be one of three things. Colin Ray's going to start. It's going to be an opener for Colin Ray, or there's a 10% chance. I'm not having high hopes, but it could be Shota Imanaga. Um, could be.
Well, they did. They talked about it that I believe he went to Iowa today. He might have gone to Iowa. So I don't know if it's gonna be Thursday, but
Yeah.
we definitely could see some Shota this weekend against Detroit, which you know we would love to see it.
And
So
then
I don't think it'll be Thursday.
Then for Detroit on the weekend, 6:10 on the Apple TV game on Friday. Tarek Screwball's going for Detroit. 5-2 on the year with a 2.26 ERA. I think the best pitcher in the game right now. Saturday for Detroit is Kiter Montero. Montero is 2-1 on the year with a 4.02 ERA. And then for Sunday, it is Jack Flaherty, who is 4-6 with a 3.72 ERA. And then just a little preview for next week, the Cubs had to have a little Pennsylvania trip. They go against the Phillies at Citizens Bank Park, and then they are home for a 4 game stand against Pittsburgh. And me and Ryan will be attending that Friday, June 13th game. And Paul Skeens is slated on the mound, so I'm super excited about that. I don't know about you, but I'm pumped for that.
I'm, I'm really pumped. I'm hoping that there's no injury, everything stays the same. Paul Skeens is on the mound when we're there.
That would be amazing.
Um, that's gonna be awesome. I mean, obviously his record isn't good as we know, but I mean, I would love to see it. Like obviously last year, I want to say it might have been late May when he came to Wrigley and just shut the door. I think
Oh
he gave
my,
up
yeah.
1 hit. I mean, he does his job, right? So I'm really excited to just see him in person, him pitch in person. Definitely gonna want to get there early, watch his warm up. So
Yeah. All
yeah,
right.
I'm really
So for my trivia question, name the 2023 Chicago Cubs opening day lineup, starting with catcher.
the 2023 opening day lineup.
Yep,
Okay, so the catcher is Yan Gomes.
that would be correct.
Okay. Who was on the mound? Was Kyle on the mound?
Kyle was not on the mound.
Kyle was not on the mound. Okay. Stroman?
That would be correct. Marcus Stroman.
Stroman. Third. Ooh, wait, no, I'm gonna go to short. So Dansby at short.
Yep.
Nico at second.
Nico was at second. Yep.
Okay. First. Now this is
First, who'd you say?
Hosmer.
Yes, that would be correct.
Okay, Hosmer, and then all
Third base.
right. So that means center was Cody. I'm gonna leave third for last. Center was Cody.
Yep.
Left was Hap.
Yep.
Right was Saya.
Nope. Sale was hurt. Cubs legend. Cubs, you gotta get this one. This
In
guy,
right
yep. Cubs legend.
was it Jay Hay?
Nope. He's currently on the Mariners.
No, what? Yeah. No, Jay Hay wasn't. Wait, he's on the Mariners?
He helped.
Oh,
Utility man, left-handed bat.
was it Master No, it was not Master
Yes, it was. It was Miles
It was Master
Mastrobuoni.
Miles Master was an opening day starter. What?
And then DH.
The DH. Was the DH Mancini?
Yup, and third base.
Who the hell was that third? It's probably obvious, isn't it?
It is pretty obvious.
Madrigal?
No. Power bat.
Who?
Power bat.
Yeah. Morel?
No.
I sound so stupid right now.
He's in the
Yeah,
KBO
Morel
right
was.
now. We DFA'd him last year. Big power. Big power.
Yeah, I'm gonna sound so stupid. Third base, 2023, big power bet. DFA, was he DFA'd early last year or late last year?
Late.
Can you give me like something that I would like know him from, like a big play?
Um, this guy hit a big home run versus the White Sox before the Morel homer.
Madrigal.
Nope. Another one.
Madrigal.
It was in the other White Sox game.
Other White Sox game.
He was a part of like the Schwindel group.
Oh, Wisdom.
P. Lizzie, Patrick Wisdom.
Oh my God. Oh God, I'm so stupid.
Thank you guys for
God,
tuning
too
in
easy.
to today's Cubs Line podcast. I'm Ryan Dunleavy, and I'll see you in the next.